Hello and welcome to my January wrap-up. In January, I read 6 books, which I think is pretty good for the start of the year. I read a couple of but big books, so I'm really proud of myself for being able to read all that. But let's get straight into the books. So the first book that I finished in 2025 was The Adventures of Amina al-Sirafi by Shannon. This is about a woman called Amina, and she used to be a pirate. But one day this rich lady, approaches her and asks for her help in exchange for a lot of money because this lady's granddaughter has been kidnapped by this man. And so we follow Amina getting her crew back together to be able to do this one last mission adventure of sorts to find this girl. I think that's the plot. I started this, I think it was September of last year. The struggle was real because at first this was really not difficult, but I struggled to get into this. I struggled because of me. I have struggled with fantasy recently. I don't know why, it's just reality. Hello again, sun. But once I actually got past the 150 page mark, I actually got more into it and I started enjoying myself. There's just a lot to love in this and I wasn't expecting it because of the beginning and me struggling. But I did really like it. I ended up giving it a 4-star. It was surprisingly, maybe I shouldn't say surprisingly, but I was struggling, so it was surprisingly, to me, better than I expected because of my experience in the first 70 pages. I had a great time. It was kind of a big book, but it didn't feel like that big. I really liked the plot, the magic, the world, the characters. My favorite character is Raksh. If you know, you know. I'm not going to say who that is. The only thing I kind of struggled with, other than in the beginning, is there's a lot of words that are, I think, Arabic. So I had to Google a lot of words, but now I know a lot of new words, so that's fun. But other than that, it was super fun. I enjoyed my time, which I'm surprised because, again, I struggled with the first few chapters. I'm very excited now for the sequel. Next, I read an arc from NetGalley called Zomcom'ics by Emi MG something. And this is a comic or a graphic novel that is about the everyday lives of, I guess you'd say, paranormal beings. So like zombies, werewolves, stuff like that. And it's just a bunch of different short stories about their lives. And I usually don't like slice of life stuff, but this was really good and very entertaining. I especially liked the Medusa character. Very cute, very fun. I actually laughed at some of the things. There's one panel that Medusa is working somewhere and it's kind of like alluding to COVID, and so all of the snakes on her head have little masks and I loved that. I really liked it. It's really funny and cute and the art style is very up my alley, so I had a really good time. I don't know if I said the star rating, but I gave it a 4.5. The next book that I read was the longest book so far in the year. How long is it actually? It's like 620 something pages. And it is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, the second book in the ACOTAR series that is behind this book. If you don't know about this, welcome to booktube and books. The first book is basically a Beauty and the Beast retelling about a girl who kills a fae beast, and in retribution she has to go live with the fae. And yeah, that is the plot of the first book. A really, really short summary. And this is obviously the second book. Hello. For those who know about this book, and who some people have told me that this is their favorite, I agree. So far, at least. I don't know about the rest. This was great. I had such a great time. I gave it 5 stars. I love Rysand or Rysand. I never know what the name actually is. To me, it's Rysand, and the short version is Rice, because Reese sounds weird to me in my head. Moving on from that tangent, I loved it. I love the Night Court and the characters that we meet in this book. My new favorite character I think would be Morrigan. but I guess we'll have to see. But I really loved her. I can now see why there's a hatred for a specific character that obviously if you've read this book and the series, you kind of know who I'm talking about. I can see why we don't like him. I'm now finally part of the gang who knows why we don't like them. But I loved this. I annotated this, and as you can see, there's a lot of pink post-its. And that means love moments, obviously. Yeah, I had a great time. This was so fun. The plot was great. The romance is great. Honestly, one of the best, maybe, that I've read in recent years. Love it. The ending was great. It made me want to continue with the next book, but I couldn't because I had other stuff I had to read, so yes. Next, I read another arc, and this is going to be a trend for the next 3 books, which was called Fundamentals in Flirting by Lucy Chalice. I actually read another book by Lucy Chalice last year, which was The Hot Henry Effect, and I really loved it. And so I actually got the chance to read this one as well from the publisher. So why would I say no? And this book is about 2 people who in their teenage years met and had not a fling, but like at a party they had a moment basically, and then we go forward in time. I think it's 15 years, but I don't remember how long. We go forward in time and our female main character moves back to their hometown and meets him again. And yeah, romance moment. Was that explained properly? Probably not, but that's just how I am. I did not like this as much as The Hot Henry Effect, sadly, but it was still a decent time. It had its moments, basically. I think I gave this a 3 or 3.5. I'm still unsure. I thought the plot was fun. It is a small town. There's a bunch of people from her past resurfacing, but I just couldn't really get with her struggles, I guess. She is really insecure, and this woman is supposed to be in her 30s, and you'd think that she had gotten past that at this point, but no. Granted, I'm almost 25 and I'm insecure in some aspects, but like I thought it was a bit much because this character has been bullied in school, and it was bullying because of her freckles, which I personally don't get, but okay. But after 15 years, this woman is still insecure and thinks she's ugly because of her freckles, and the person who bullies her still bullies her for that. I just think it's a bit ridiculous. I don't know. I just couldn't really get with it. What was that? Other than that, it was cute. It was a really fast read, a nice palette cleanser, if you will. I don't know. I thought it was pretty middle of the road kind of vibe. And the last 2 books that I read in January were also arcs from NetGalley. And they're the first and second volumes of Veil by Kotteri. I don't know. But this is a manga that's also kind of slice of life moment. It is about these 2 people, a blind girl and a police officer. And they randomly encounter each other one day, and they start hanging out with each other because she has run away from her home and he's kind of obsessed with her. And we just see little snippets of their life, I guess. I ended up giving both of them a 3-star. I'm not a slice of life girly, as I've said. Zomcom'ics was a different scenario. I just don't like when there's like a skip in time and then random stuff is happening, and I don't know. I'm just not into that. So I didn't love it. It was really cute. The art style is beautiful. There's colored in panels. So I really loved that, but I don't know. I'm just not really a slice of life kind of girl. I don't know. That's a me problem. But those are all the books that I read in January. I don't think I had a terrible time. I think it was pretty good. I didn't dislike a book. I didn't DNF a book. I think this year has started off pretty good. I'm hopefully not jinxing myself right now because I don't want to read bad books, but I've had a great time. Love. Stunning. Hopefully this trend continues for the next few months. please. But that is everything for today, and I'll see you in my next word video. Bye!